Welcome fans of Fate Grand Order. I am Avon, back in the middle of hiatus because it's GSSR season, and I thought it would be fun to share my roles. I haven't had a lot of time for editing, but this one should be pretty quick. This time around there's only one banner, so we don't have a lot of say in how it turns out. It just comes down to luck, and there are a lot of options, 43 by my count. There are about 10 or so that I am really hoping for, so I thought it might be fun to go through a little countdown before the rolls. This isn't a list of the objectively best servants, by the way, just the 10ish that I want most of all. So without further ado, number 10, Jeanne Alter. This would be a repeat for me, and so far I have never purposely rolled for repeats. That being said, if I have to do a repeat, Jalter is a great choice. Still the strongest attack stat of any servant, and thanks to her skills and single target buster NP, she is a great boss killer, even without type advantage most of the time. I feel like break bars were introduced purely because of how broken the Merlin Jalter team was, and bumping her NP to level 2 makes those hits all the harder. I have to admit though that I haven't been using Jalter very much lately. It's almost always better to use someone with class advantage, and we just don't fight rulers that often. Number 9, Okita Alter. This is the second repeat on the list for me, but another servant I wouldn't mind duplicating. She has a pretty solid buster AoE NP that I've been using to farm assassins, riders, and casters. I love that her persistence skill means I can give her something like a non-limit broken K-scope or imaginary element, and still NP on the first turn. Both of her other skills lend themselves to an even stronger Noble Phantasm if it comes down to it, and bumping her to NP level 2 would not be a disappointment for me. Number 8, Katsushika Hokusai. The third and final repeat on the list for me. What can I say? I'm a fan of Hokusai's work, and I fell in love with OE herself. After Jack and Jalter, OE was the third servant I bumped up to level 100, and I've been working my way to bond 10 since then. She's also useful for farming with an AoE Noble Phantasm and a skill to self-charge her gauge, but she's still incredibly useful against bosses as well. Her father-daughter bond and pseudonym skills let her arch chain hit really hard and soften up the enemy for even more attacks in the future. Since Jack isn't on this banner, Hokusai is my top pick if I have to repeat an existing servant. Okay, let's try to pick up the pace. From here on out, we're talking about servants that I don't have yet, so let's move on to number 7, Shi Huang. At the beginning of 2020, I planned the servants I was going to roll for, and the Mothman here made the list. At that time, I had no 5-star ruler class servants and no plans to use courts in the last few months of 2020, so it worked out perfectly. But then I pulled Homes on the 3rd anniversary GSSR, and they threw a surprise Musashi banner at us at the end of November. Did I need another Saber? Not really, but do I love Musashi? Yeah, pretty much. I ended up not rolling on this ruler as a result, so if he decides to show up now, I would not be displeased. Number 6, Ryougi Shiki, Saber Edition. Let's be real, farming is a majority of what we do in FGO, and Shiki is a farming Saber. She has the added benefit of having a chance to one-hit kill targets with her AoE NP as well. Admittedly, I already have NP2 Mordred and NP3 Altria, who are both farming Sabers with their own NP charging skills, but I really like Shiki as a character, and that earns her a spot on this list, even though I already have more Sabers than I know what to do with. Number 5, Gilgamesh. Another AoE NP that I could use for farming if I brought the Mages Association uniform, because let's face it, I am not about to limit break a K-scope anytime soon. Gilgamesh has the added benefit of doing bonus damage against servants, which makes him pretty strong even against most bosses in the game. He is consistently rated one of the better servants in FGO and still hasn't shown his face around my Chaldea. Number 4, Semiramis and Cleopatra. It's a tie. Yeah, I'm gonna cheat on this list. I said it was the top 10-ish servants that I'm hoping for after all. They're both on my list for the same reason, assassins with AoE Noble Phantasms. Right now I have Semiramis, but she can't charge her own NP gauge. Semi can charge up to 30% with her first skill, and Cleo has a skill to increase her gauge by 10% each turn. Similar to Cha-Cha, this means I can give her a K-scope, and by round 3 her NP is ready to go. Either one of these servants would get a lot of use from me. Number 3, Raikou. Going back to another servant with a strong AoE NP but no skill to charge her own gauge. Raikou has the added benefit of being a berserker though, which means class advantage against a lot more servants than the others I rated lower on this list. That's basically all I have to say here. She's a fun character for sure, but I'm mostly looking for a berserker to farm with. Cha-Cha has filled the role very well, but she's already at bond level 10 from all the farming, and it's about time to give someone else a turn. Number 2, Illyasviel von Einzbern. Wow, finally someone that isn't used for farming. The truth is, there just aren't that many strong single-target NP casters in the game. Sanzang definitely gets a lot of exercise on my teams, but having Ilya would be a huge bonus. I still haven't managed to find time to watch Prisma Ilya yet, but I have to feel for the Ilya from Fate Zero and Unlimited Blade Works. She deserves some love, so number 2 on the list for her. And that just leaves number 1, Dantes. The Count of Monte Cristo is the original Avenger and one heck of a partner for a pair of Scotties. If he had a skill to charge his own NP, he'd be perfect for me, but I'll take what I can get. I don't mind breaking the Mage's Association uniform for now. If I could farm 3 waves with back-to-back NPs from this guy, it would be worth it. Okay, so that's it. That's my list, my hopes and dreams. Now let's see what reality has to say about things. By the way, I just want to reiterate that those are the servants I want the most. Very biased, based on who I already have and who I like as a character, so don't take it personally. In fact, let me know in the comments who you want the most, who you hope to get, who you did get if you rolled. And wish me luck, because here we go. Oh no. Of course, I'm realizing as this starts that I still have the audio on my game muted. I haven't been recording for a while, so I'm used to playing with that off. I'll have to dub something in when I do the edit for this. Apologies for that. So here we go, hoping for something nice. And you know what? I would be pretty happy if some of those event CEs happen to show up while we're at it. How's the event going for everyone? Perfect! That's exactly what I'm talking about. Wasn't planning on rolling on the event banner, so anything I can get would be great. You can pick up the 3-star CE on the friend point banner, but there are so many CEs in that banner now. It's just super time consuming. You have to burn so many friend points to collect any of those, so yeah, anything I can get here is appreciated. Couple of nice casters. Maybe this one? Still nothing gold there. Just a bunch of old craft essences. Alright. Ooh, still not gold. Okay. The anticipation is really getting to me though. Another old craft essence. At least it was a 4-star though. We're moving in the right direction. Will this be a gold servant? It will. Ooh, it's an assassin. Is it going to be one of the 2? Yes! All right, Cleopatra. Number 4 on the list. Nice. Wow. Okay, that's actually pretty lucky. I was a little scared I was going to get a repeat and an old repeat I didn't like, so very happy with that. Number 4 on the list. She'll be useful for farming. In fact, probably useful during this event. I'll be farming wood with Cleopatra. I think I have enough embers and stuff saved up to level her up. I don't know what materials her skills need. I didn't check that, but I have a pretty decent supply of most of them. Alright, well, there it is, Cleopatra. Not a bad takeaway. I am pretty pleased, pleasantly surprised, and kind of relieved that we got someone useful this time around. It's kind of nice having the cheaper GSSR too, only 15 paid quartz. So anyway, how did it turn out for everyone else? Did you roll? Did you get who you were going for? Let me know, and let me know how the event's going for you. I'm not sure when the next video upload's gonna be, but I will be checking the comments here. It's always nice to talk to you guys. I know it's been few and far in between, so cool. I wish you guys the best of luck, and yeah, I'll catch you next time.